Hi, welcome back. Let's continue the video. Now the record is coming to here. The the record is coming from the front end passing the DTO is passing to the controller passing to the service passing to the service IMPL. Now I'm going to add the record into the database. So here first we have to auto add. So you write auto add. It is passing to a repo. So you write private employee repo. You have to create the object employee repo. That's it. Now here you have to write it over here. We have to create the entity class. So entity we have to write employee. Okay, create the object of this one as a employee equal new employee. We have to add the record via the entity format into the database. Now here we have to get the record. These are all the things are coming via the entity format. So you write it over here. You write it here. This one employee save DTO. Employee save DTO dot. You have to get the values. So get employee name, get employee address, third one employee mobile, employee dot is active state. We have a four also here: employee name, address, mobile, and active state. That's it. That's the thing you have to get it. After that, we have to write it over here. We have to write it here. This employee repo. That employee repo. Same. We have to pass the employee repo. Repo is the part which will be save the record into the database via the entity format. So it write employee repo dot employee repos. It has a save method. Here you have to pass the entity. So pass the entity, this pass data. Just copy, I have to paste it over here. So this is the repo. There is a save method. So these are the record is coming via the DTR format. Now we have to make it as an entity over here. These are the records you have to pass entity object. You have to pass it here. That's the thing you have to write it. Very simple, right? Your data is coming from the front end via the entity format. After that, when you add the record into the database, so we have to pass into the entity format. So we have all the detailed records we are receiving here. And after that, we have to create the entity object employee. So repo, there is a method which is a predefined method save. So you have to pass this entity over here. That's it. After that, if the record is inserted successfully, you have to pass here this employee. Right, employee. That's the thing. Hi, welcome back. In this video, let me test the records. So first we have to run the project. We written all the codes for save the records. We have record all the things, right? So let's run the application. We have to see whether if there is any error or not. So we have to run the application. There is no error. Now let me test that. So open up your Postman. We already show this one. Postman. First you have to declare the port, which port your application is running. So go to the application properties. This is the port where my project is running 80 80 80 75 API version. So here we have to get them. Employee controller, this one. Copy this, paste it over here, slash. Here we have a method which is a save method. The save method we have to paste it over here. Body. Now you have to write it over here as a JSON format, open bracket and close method. You simply have to test that, go to the DTO. This is save DTO. This how the record is coming from via the DTO format. So here. So this same save employee save DTO. You just copy these all things, paste it over here. You simply have to this all the things we get. We have to remove it. We don't need this all the things. We just need this fields only, fields names only. So how to make it as a JSON format? You have to put the double quotation mark. Inside double quotation mark here, field names. Here you have to write the data. You have to write it here, John, comma, address, right here, India, comma, mobile number. So write mobile, comma, active state, you have to write it as true. That's it. Now let's test it. Employee name, address and mobile. These are the data coming from the front end via the DTO format. Here is the DTO formats. It passing the controller passing to the service interface. It is passing to the service IMPL. It is passing to repo at the database via the entity format. Right. That's the thing you have to write it. Now let's test it. Click send button. Now here it's added successfully. Here it's coming. So it's added successfully. Right now here the record is coming here. It is added successfully. Now I am going to add another new record. It's a Peter. I'm going to write it Peter. India, you have to change the phone number. Write it as true. Send it here. It's working here. The second record is added. Now the record is added successfully. I hope you guys you understood the things well. I'll see you in my next lecturing. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to save the record. In this video, I'm going to teach how to view the records from the database. So go to the employee controller. First, we are starting from the controller. The record is coming via the DTO format. So here, what is the DTO? Employee DTO. This is the format our record is coming from the database via the MTT format. So here I'm not getting post any values. So we are receiving the records. So first we have to add annotation get mapping. So get mapping. So you write the get mapping. You write the path. You write it here. Get all employee. Get all employees. You have to create the method public list. You have to get the list of data. So we have to pass that DTO. Which format? DTO format. Record is coming to the front end via the DTO format. So here we have to create the method get all employees. You have to create the method. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Right now we have to write this same thing, list employee DTO list employee DTO. You have to create the object all employees. You have to get all the employee details from the database table. When the request is coming, get all employees. The control will be passing to service. So service, we have right here employee service dot, we have to create the method get all employees. Get all employees. Now here, click on this. If you click, there is a bulb symbol. You have to click on this, create the method in our service class. Click on this. Here this method has been created. Perfect. Now let's go to the employee service IMPL. We have another method also there. The list employee, this method get all employees. So here it asks to implement that. So click on here. There's a bulb symbol. Click on here. Implement that method as well. Get all employees. So click OK. They implemented successfully. Get all employees. Now we have to get the records from the database when the request is coming. So how to get the records from the database? So we have to write it over here. You have to write list. We have to list of the list. We have to get the records from where database. So you write the entity class. You write the entity class employee. You have to create the object get employees equal. We have to write it over here. Employee repo. You have to write the employee repo. This one. Employee repo dot find all. Okay. If you type find all, we have to get all the records from the database. You have to get all the records from the database. We no need to write the query. So here simply the repo, the JPA repository can manage all the SQL queries. Select all from employees. All the query will be managed by JPA repository. I will show you in few minutes. So here all the things are, you can see the console. If you insert the record, you can see the insert. The same thing, the select query also, it will be managed by JPA repository. So simple here, it is take care of it. You can find it, employee repo.find all the record will be find it and passing to here, passing to this object, get employees. The repo, it can't find directly, it find all the records through the entity format. So entity. So it will be passing to here. After that, when you get the records from the database, we pass into the front end via the DTO format. So we have to write list. Here you have to write list. We have to write student DTO. Sorry, employee DTO. So employee DTO. So employee DTO. DTO. Here write the employee list. Employee DTO list. You write the employee DTO list equal. You have to write new. You have to make it as a array list. You have to make it as an array list. That's it. Now here you write for, we have to write the for loop. Employee entity, employee entity here, create a object here. You have to create the object E. Whatever name you can create it here. I just put it as E. You have to write colon this get employees. Get employees. Right? The get employees. Open and close. we get all the records from the employee. Uh, we get all the records from the employee tables, pass into here. It is get one by one to this object. So you're right here. You're setting to the front end as a DTO format. So how to get the record, receive the record from the database table, passing to the front end as a DTO format. So here we write it here. This employee DTO, you have to create the object of employee DTO equal new employee DTO. Now here we have to write this e dot get employee ID. We need all the records, okay? Employee get employee ID, e dot employee name dot employee name. After that, employee name address get address mobile number dot is active. That's it. That's the thing you have to write it. Right. Okay, so we have to get the this is the find the records. Okay, find the record and pass into this object. You are getting one through the for loop. So here we have set into the DTF format. So all the records we have to the entity records we have set into the DTF format. We have to pass it to here employee DTO. After that, what you are going to do is here we already created the list here object here employee list. The employee list I just copied and paste it over here. Dot there is a method which is add. Here we have to pass into this one, employee detail. Right? Okay, you have to get the records. You have to set it as a DTO format. So this object, this all the things set into DTO format. You have to pass into this object. You have to call it here. That's the thing you have to write it here. This one you have to pass into the front end and show the record. That's the thing you have to write. So after that we have to return the list. Which list? We have written this. That's it. That's the thing you have written. Very simple. Very simple. Right? So now what you're going to do is we have to write it over here. Return this all employees. Now let's test to the postman. So let's run the application again. If you done the changes, you must run it. Then only it will be applied. If you are without run and you have to go to the postman tested, it won't apply. So you have to run it. There is no error. It's working perfectly well. Now let's test that. So this is the post method. So I'm going to get another plus symbol. You have to get this another one. The same thing. So all things are just same thing. You just copy it, paste over here. So here the method also you have to change it as a get method. This is the port and API version employee. All the things are running same. Only this endpoint is different. The endpoint which is a get all employees. So just copy this one here. Other things are same. So you have to pass it here. That's it. Now let's click send this one here. It successfully we have get the records from the database to the front end. Now the flow is work. When the request is coming from the front end, API version employees get all employees. What happens is it's getting to the coming here. The controller which will be passing the service will be passing to the service interface passing to the IMPL. What to do here is it will be it will be get find select all the records from the database, help of the repo employee repo. There is a find method. It will be find the all the records from the database table of employees via the help of the entity. Here it will be passed into this object. After that we have to create the another employee list. This one should be the DTO format. It's a DTO format list we have created, the second line. After that, we find all the records from the database. We have to get by one here over here using the for loop. After that, this all the records we have to set into the DTO format. We have to change the DTO format. So we have to write that DTO format. So you have to create the DTO object here, employee DTO. Here, this one E. This entity object E. We have to get all the things. Get employee ID, name, address, mobile, and active status. All the things we have received from the database, and we have to convert as a DTF format. Here, now we have to pass into the front end using the employee detail list we have created over here. There's a method that you have to pass into here. After that, we have to return employee detail list. It will be returned to the front end. That's how the flow works, right? So we have post the record. When you save the record, it will be save the record via the DTO format. When you're receiving the record from the database, that also we have to show into the front end as a DTO format. Okay, this DTO is very must. I hope you guys understood the things well. I'll see you in my next lecture in tech.